America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Hi there. This is City Commissioner Destiny Keener with the City of Muskegon. I'm here to talk to you just for a few about See, Click, Fix. See a problem in Muskegon? Maybe like a pothole, graffiti, or a damaged street sign. You can tell the city fast with See, Click, Fix. Just take a photo, pick what type of problem it is, and send it in. You can even check the status of your request as the city works on it. It's quick and it's easy. Go to mkgcity.com/see-click-fix today. That's mkgcity.com/see-click-fix.
We are live inside the Drive at 5, live on YouTube and live on Facebook. Big Rob, we can't call him a special guest because he's family, but it's a special edition.
He been around 25 years.
Yeah. So
on radio with us.
But he's still special though.
He's very special. He's a very special person.
The Honorable Judge Pittman is in the building.
No, you did that wrong. You got to do that over.
Okay, go ahead, Rob. Set it up.
The Honorable Judge Gregory C. Pittman.
He loved that. He loved when he gets chest. He be around here practicing. You know what I mean? You gonna let me do it, PA?
Robert. Him and my wife, the only ones call me that.
What's up, Rob? What's up, PA?
Hey, nothing, my judge. So, last week we was rolling. We had a lot of comments, a lot of questions about family court. Did we forget anything that we should have talked about?
DNA.
Before we get, we're going into that.
Oh, okay.
But did we forget anything that you felt we should have talked about? That was
no, man. Y'all, we covered a lot of ground. It was real organic. The energy was generated out there, folks listening, and man, I am so grateful and appreciative that people pay attention. And incredible conversation. Incredible points of view.
Right.
And that's how you become educated and knowledgeable, and that's how you figure out how to make the moves that need to be made is good people having the opportunity to express their opinions and be able to, you pull from that, you glean from that things that will help move an issue or a community forward. So Paul, y'all thank me, man, but I thank y'all for continuing to be the resource to this community, to have discussions and to hash things out and come to some kind of consensus that hopefully moves us forward, man. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Judge. We haven't lost that fire yet.
Not yet.
No, and that's cool, man.
Not yet.
I thank you for even making that observation, man. Y'all haven't this hasn't gotten hackneyed and run of the mill, and we just checking boxes and filling in blanks. Y'all got the fire, man. Y'all got the passion. Y'all got the love for people.
Yeah.
For this community, man.
We want to see our community win. We want to see us in the best position to win.
Me too,
we
PA.
want to
continue
me too, to empower, because I don't feel like our community has reached its full potential.
Not even close.
Not even close to it.
Not even close. I was having a conversation with Marvin Nash. You remember Miss Nash?
Yes. Yes.
And we were talking about our mentor, us amongst many people, John Sidnor, and the school community that was created under his watch as superintendent. Muskegon Heights Public Schools. I don't care what anybody else says, because we lived it.
Right.
Was an incredible school community.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible school community, man, where kids could be educated in a diverse and loving environment with people who stay connected to you. Man, we had it so good, and certainly looking back now from where we are today, we had it so good, and you kind of almost didn't really realize it and appreciate it.
You were on the board at one time, right?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you how I got on the board. That's part of that conversation. That's part of the passion I have for this. John Sidnor came to my father in 1988, long time ago, when my wife's uncle, John Terrell, moved on from the Heights School Board. He went to the Intermediate School Board, left a vacancy on the Heights School Board. John Sidnor came, and he didn't come to me. I had just moved back here to Muskegon after law school. Excuse me. And he didn't come to me. He went to my father. Okay. And he told my father, they were cool. He told my father, I want your son on the school board. I want him to apply, and we're gonna get him to replace Deacon Terrell, Right. So he knocks on the door, and I look up, and there's Dr. Sidnor. I'm like, hey, how you doing, Dr. Sidnor? He said, yeah, I'm here to see your father. He still ain't saying nothing to me. Yeah, I go get him. Like, Dad comes to the door. Deacon Pittman, how you doing? Well, I'm doing good. Doc, how you doing? Got a few minutes, I need to talk to you. Still ain't said nothing to me. They go sit down and kick it for a while, and they come out and announce to me that you gonna apply for that position on the school board.
You mean to tell me you didn't have a choice in this? Huh?
We
Not
need you.
Even close.
What about your feelings? And if you wanted to do this, you were forced to do this.
Yeah, my all of that. Right. No, man. But
if you put your big boy pants on, what would have happened?
I'm
For
gonna
the first time. I don't graduate from Michigan State now, Pops.
I'm gonna tell.
I ain't gonna do what you tell me to do. I got feelings. I got dreams. I got hopes.
Right. I'm IU.
And this ain't it.
We ain't your generation, Pop.
You didn't do that?
Man, I'm scared to even think about it. Saying no to Phil Pittman Sr. And he's been on the Glory for the last 20 years. I'm scared of what he's gonna do anyway.
Ancestral powers.
He looked at me and said, "Look, boy."
Did he say,
yeah.
"Look, boy," or "little boy"?
Look, boy. Look, boy.
You a grown man.
2 college degrees. 2 college. Of course, if I had said I got 2 college degrees, well, hell, I paid for them. Right? So, which would have been true. Right? So he said, look here, boy. Dr. Sidnor wants you to be on his school board. So he got some directions for you to follow.
That's it.
And that was it. Real talk, of course I was thrilled. I was honored. So there was never a part of the consideration anyway, but no wouldn't have been a part of it even if I wanted to say no.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the respect for your parents that you know that they're making a great decision.
Well, you know, two great men, my dad and Dr. Sidnor, and trying to do something and acknowledging the idea that I had gone on, gotten educated, you know, was back here at home and was making a way for this young man to begin to take his place in this community, you know, and acknowledging the idea that maybe he saw within me some level of leadership that was worthy of being supported, man. That's the community that we had, that we were in, you know. I don't mean to get all.
That was in the 90s, Judge?
That was 1988.
Wow. 1988.
We had just young guys, you know, some of us who had came back, Brothers of Success, who had come back from Michigan State. We had just gotten Dwight Vines elected to that school board, maybe the year before, or
10 years after he done graduated, or 10 or 9 years. How long it's been? Wow.
Wow.
Well, so much we want to cover. We got about 40 minutes to chop it up with the judge. And Muskegon, if you have a question for the judge, go to our Facebook page, 1037 Beat Facebook page. You can ask the question in real time. You can go to my Facebook page or to YouTube page. We left off last
I don't
week.
have a page.
Oh, you got one. You probably is not active.
Oh yeah, you got one.
You definitely got one.
You definitely got one.
You ain't had to campaign now. You good.
Yeah.
Because I tagged you last week, but you haven't done a post in a while. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
You probably don't even know the password to it.
I
probably
really
his
don't.
daughter or son took care of that page. Yeah.
Right.
No, I tell you, who took care of that for me was oh my God, man, don't get old now. I can't. Oh my goodness, it's gonna come to me. Young sister, she's got a business here, social media and writing and editing and that kind
Pentecost,
of thing.
DeAndre?
Yes,
DeAndre.
D Pentecost.
Yeah, D is good.
Man, she took incredible, between her and my wife and my daughter, man, they took incredible care of a cat who can't even open his own email.
So, Big Rob, I know you got a bunch of questions on this DNA, and I'm gonna give you a scenario, Judge. If a person was dating a lady and he trusted her, so he didn't do the blood test, he agreed to paternity, he agreed to paying child support. 9-10 years later, she get a conscience and said, "I'm sorry, this is not your son."
Okay,
Stop the child support. By that time, maybe 30, 40,000, 50. I don't know. No, they don't. Might unpaid. Is there any remedy for that person, the male, the father, or what would be father, to get his money back?
Not within. I would, and these are generalities because you know I'm lawyer enough, and hopefully people appreciate that. Never is almost not a concept in the law, right? You know. But as I understand it, there is not really necessarily a context within the situation you described, which would be considered a paternity case,
right?
To have monies restored that were paid through what was at the time a legitimate court order requiring child support payments. I think we kind of touched on that briefly. I think there may be a remedy within the context of a civil lawsuit, possibly for fraud.
Okay.
For fraud in the inducement to pay this support, which is a completely separate jurisdictional type issue.
Okay.
You know, the idea of the paternity and all of that stuff would be kind of ancillary, would be kind of to the side of the bigger point, which would be the actual litigation, which is you misled me to the point that it was fraudulent And as a result, I was damaged monetarily by the amount of money that I paid. I have a determination here that indicates essentially that I am not the biological father, which would have then precluded me from being determined the legal father, which then creates the context or the case for the child support.
Okay. And so that same lawsuit probably can happen if they were married, get divorced, and then find out that the wife had a couple of kids.
Hey, that's a totally separate, different set of laws, bro.
Oh, really?
Trust me.
You know, it may be the public. Okay, so we got into the discussion about public policy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a legitimate argument to be made for or against any kind of cause of action. What does it entail as it pertains to what would be considered, quote, good public policy?
Mm-hmm.
So there is such respect for the sanctity of marriage that, you know, there are certain kinds of exceptions and prohibitions regarding what can go on in a legal setting. For instance, in a criminal matter, you cannot compel a husband to testify against his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Otherwise, anybody else can be compelled by court process. So there's such a sanctity because of the public policy considerations. You may not be able to get that kind of a case off the ground. I don't know that.
Okay.
For certain.
Okay. We got an online question, and then we're going to go on to you, Big Rob. Can the court put fines and costs that you may have owed unto your arrears and fines and costs with child support?
Can the court put fines and costs that you may have owed onto your arrears or fines and costs with child support? Well, you know, that's a kind of a difficult question to get my arms around, because if your question is within the context of that particular child support case, fines and costs that are associated with that, I would say the short answer would probably be yes, it can be added to what it is you owe and disposed of by the amount that has been court ordered to be paid towards the arrears, which is the amount that you have not paid yet that you owe, the back support, I guess people would call it. If it's fines and costs within the context of a whole different case, I would certainly say no, that they can't be brought over into what you're paying in a child support case. That's the best way I can kind of divine that question out to maybe try to answer it.
Okay. If you are married, your wife have a baby by another man,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know. Oh, that's my wife. I love her. Who paid the child support?
So the law.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The law
says that a woman who has a baby, who's pregnant and has a baby while married to this man or to this woman,
right?
The child is presumed to be the legal and biological, well, at least certainly the legal child of the husband. So if they divorce, the husband, the ex-husband, is going to have to pay child support for that child that, at least at that point, they did not know was actually biologically somebody else's child. Mm-hmm. Follow me?
Mm-hmm.
If a woman gets pregnant while she's married, that child is the child of the marriage. Boom. No ifs, ands, or buts. The steps that need to be taken, I think I referenced last time with you guys that a few years ago, the legislature created this new law called the Revocation of Paternity Act that made it much simpler to deal with situations like that. But there's sort of a time frame within which it should be dealt with. It's a number of years within the birth of that child that you have access to these particular sets of remedies. That's where you would get that remedy. That husband finds out that the child that his wife had was not his biological child. He can file under the Revocation of Paternity Act to be relieved of the responsibility of any child support and to be relieved of the determination that he is presumably the father, legal father of that child.
So the dude is just automatic. Now, what if the man gets another woman pregnant? Is the wife responsible for any of that paternity?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, that brother got
See the
Flav
scales.
got problems of his
You
own.
see the scales? You see the scales of the law?
Wait a minute. What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that the law is not fair to us, towards us men, in a lot of instances. You know for a fact, that's why I think they need to do DNA on every child, because you know for a fact that woman carrying that child, that's her child. You know that for a fact.
Absolutely.
Right? Your daughter has a child. You know that's part of your blood. Right?
All right.
Your son had one.
Yeah.
Did you get a DNA? Because people think I'm wrong because I want my sons show me DNA. Period.
The grandparents be doing that, Judge. I'm letting you know. Well, I got daughters, so I don't have to worry about that.
You ain't got to worry about it.
Right.
But I got 4 boys. Show me DNA.
Yeah, they be doing that. You probably don't have to hear. You don't hear that.
Oh, I hear it all the time. You hear it all the time, and in and of itself, man, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but again, it goes back to the public policy argument.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
That it's not necessarily good public policy to create a law that every child who's born must be subjected to DNA testing to make sure that people who think that they are the parents, because it creates havoc.
Judge, can I finish, Paul?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Judge, it creates even more havoc and congestion for the court if a man finds out that that's not his child, okay? And then you got to go in and you got to deal with it and make a determination. Some people they're gonna love you. Some people they're not. They're gonna hate you for it, Right. But at the same token, I think it would clear up a lot of stuff, because I know if I ever get rich and I got millions,
when you get richer,
yeah, I'm gonna put in my will my kids that I know mine.
Mm-hmm.
They have all the rights and benefits to my money, my property, everything.
Certainly.
But any child born that is alleged to have been mine, I need DNA. Because a woman can lie.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes, she can. A woman can lie. Lie on a man and say, "Hey, Paul, you got me pregnant back in 72.
Brother, would you quit lying?
Yeah, please.
Don't say that, man.
The views expressed by Robert are not necessarily endorsed by management here at 103.7 The Beat. You on your own, man. I ain't about to go way out there on that land with you, brother.
Oh, a lot of them do. Or they say,
So
like
men
Judge said last
lie.
time. Oh, men lie all the time.
Well, you need to say that.
We lie all the time.
You need to say that, man.
But when it comes to babies and stuff, I just feel bad for a lot of these men, and a lot of these women take joy out of that. Like, maybe, Rob, take me to court.
Maybe there's an embarrassment component to this,
which is part of the public policy argument.
The embarrassment that who wants to admit that they had sex with 2 people in a span of a few days,
which is the public policy argument. See the ramifications of it's not wrong that the idea would be take a DNA test, but the ramifications of requiring that in every situation run wide and deep.
But they starting to do it in Africa.
It turns into information that is uncovered that now creates a situation where the embarrassment causes somebody to say, I need to file for divorce. I'm not saying that's wrong, but now the requirement of intervening, of putting yourself into the middle of that relationship with this required order for DNA testing now has created the situation where a family now is going to be taken apart completely.
When she went and did whatever she did to get pregnant by that other dude, she should have been thinking about all of that could happen.
Also,
just like the man should be thinking about that.
All I'm saying to you, Rob, is you can feel the way you want to feel.
Oh yeah.
And you can take the action that is available, which is to go and get a DNA test.
Yes.
Don't require it for me or for Paul.
So
why not?
So Judge,
because you're in my business.
Oh, so the government, the government.
Oh, the government.
Yeah.
Okay.
The government is now in my business, telling me I have to go and get a DNA test for every child I have, when that's not what I'm looking for.
So, Judge, how do you think families should handle this? And women know, or they might know later on in life. They might know. Maybe in 4 or 5 years old, you start seeing some physical features that. That
what he talking about, so revocation of paternity is done and over with. Then
should the mother then say something to the daddy? I mean, to the husband or to the guy that she might claim to be, or should they just ride it out?
Ooh,
Paul, because eventually with Ancestry and 23andMe, they're $29 now.
Yeah,
you gonna find out.
It's a swab. A stamp. A stamp.
Yep.
And 2 weeks later.
Yep.
And it's on and cracking.
And it has opened up some
major wounds.
Major wounds, major questions for some people who are in the grave now.
I mean, listen, if you sit at home during the day, daytime television is built on people having misled others about what they know to have been the circumstance. They know that that's not somebody else's child, but the ramifications of what that entails. And PA, I appreciate the question, but brother, I am not qualified. I am not capable. I do not have the answer to what should be done. That's between you and your God.
I know it's a tough spot.
Your people.
Reason, and we got some online questions we're gonna get to.
Sure.
Reason why I know people who've been hurt when they found out that who they thought was their daddy is not their dad.
Yes, sir.
And they're going on.
Yes.
Or maybe still living. And it hits them at the root. Like, wow, so many questions. Like, I've been told to be perfect.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yep. You taught as a kid from your parents to be honest.
Yeah.
And then they're not honest.
Man, that's a lot.
And it's I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you see it in your court.
All the time.
That is it's a mental setback.
It's tough.
Yeah.
That's
for the strongest people.
Yeah.
So would you suggest all men, if they're a little skeptical, to say, okay, baby, I love you and all, but I need to make sure this is my child? Do you see a problem with a man asking or telling a woman something like that? Because just like you talked about the problems that could tear apart a family, right?
Right.
And she says, I don't want that. Just believe what I said.
Well,
if you take me to court to get DNA, then we're done. I'll get you the DNA, but we're done. That tears away too.
It does, but my bottom line point is not that you're wrong. My bottom line point is that the government requiring this to be a part of the process of a child being born in the United States is too invasive by the government into a situation where your house, it may be okay. In my house, I don't want that.
Mhm.
And I should have the discretion. I should have the choice of whether we gonna follow that particular line or not, as opposed to the government saying you must do this. That's all. We're not on a different page.
Right.
I think we agree that within the context of one relationship to another, people have to do what they think is right for themselves.
Okay.
But it should be left to them to figure out what's right for them, not for the government to tell them you gonna do this and then the consequences be damned.
Right. Okay, going online. Dexter, thank you for your comments. Thanks for your patience. You say, can your child at a certain age stop child support or close the case?
No, they cannot. Children are not a party to a child support case. Children cannot negotiate away. You can't. As a matter of fact, you cannot negotiate away a child's right to have support. You get people who come in all the time who say, we don't want to have to pay support. If they agree to it, that's fine. If one of them, however, says no, child support should be paid, the other parent cannot make the argument that, well, my child don't even want or doesn't even need or this, that, and the other. That right to that child support is non-negotiable as it pertains to that child. That child can't come as a party to that case and file and say, I don't want child support.
Okay.
They can't send a parent who says, I don't want child support if the other parent who's receiving the support or who's involved does want that to be a situation.
But it does stop at 18, right? Child support?
It stops at 18 unless the child is engaged in an educational pursuit. I think it can go as far as to 19 and a half, something like that.
Okay. Raymond Avery say sparring with kids from Kalamazoo today, watching online. Thanks for watching.
All right.
DC Jackson, if a mother with an active child support case have violated the 100-mile rule and taken the shared child out of state, what can be done by the father to notify the court? Are paperwork forms required? What will the courts do to ensure the child is returned? Wow.
So this 100-mile rule that he's is discussing is that most orders of custody include the fact that neither parent can remove the child beyond 100 miles from where that child's residence is considered to be. So if you got a child support case here in Muskegon, you can't go more than 100 miles from Muskegon or move that child more than 100 miles from Muskegon without first receiving the approval of the court, unless, of course, the parents agree.
Okay.
So his question is what do you do? And the answer is just about everything involves a motion to the court. You file your motion indicating that that particular provision, if it is a part of your orders, has been violated, and you want that parent to be held accountable. It's probably be considered a show cause hearing. Show cause as to why you should not be held in contempt for violating the order of the court.
Do grandparents have rights to a child?
Yes, they do, in very specific circumstances. Very specific. They are prescribed by law. They are literally written out in that law as to what that grandparent's rights are and how they come to be activated. Anything beyond that, no.
So it's a limited scope?
Limited, very limited to, that's why I emphasize that it is express, it's explicit what those circumstances are that give rise to a grandparent being able to assert rights over a grandchild.
Because my will definitely say DNA for my boys.
So I
Kids.
think what Rob is saying, if they, because the money he got saved up,
Yeah, all that money he's sitting on.
that on his will, he gonna have requirement for DNA testing to prove that the grandkids are his. Is that binding? That could be binding.
I question, because again, it kind of runs into the idea of public policy. But if you were to just say yes or no, I would say he could probably put that
In there.
into a will as a provision of that child, that grandchild, receiving benefit of some property from his estate.
Right, and all I'm saying is that, nowadays, not even nowadays, back in the day, you have to be sure. There wasn't DNA testing that I know of. When did DNA testing started?
I don't know,
Judge?
but it's
Was it in the
been
60s?
around for probably at least as long as I've certainly been on the bench, and before that even.
No,
But it used to be blood test,
Yeah,
just
blood test,
simply
yeah.
a blood test. Same principle, but it's a different process. That's
Because
much
I know
easier.
in one of our family members was willed from their slave master hundreds of acres of pecans down in Georgia, and all the family members had to be blood tested unless they were adopted, legally adopted. Okay, that was a clause in the will that was left to I think they were a great aunt that this land was left to, and this 100 acres of land had pecans on it, and they used to sell the pecans, and there was a sugar cane part of the land, but now it's all divided up now. Like I got.
Well, he made it a provision of his will that if you're going to get your portion of
Right.
this land, you have to be DNA tested and proven to be, the child of the person that you claim that you
is
are.
My,
I think that can.
yes.
I think that can fly. It's certainly worthy of challenge by somebody if they wanted to try and challenge.
But
So
they're
I
not
think it would
just
win.
entitled to it.
I think
They're
it
not
could win.
just entitled to it.
And I want to get into the will. So we got about 10 more minutes to talk
Mhm.
about wills. Are you seeing families being broken up over the wills?
Come
Because
on, man.
I know they get into it when it's not a will.
Oh yeah, that is there's tons of litigation that takes place even with a will in place, just like this provision he's talking about. Somebody will certainly challenge that
Mm-hmm.
and say, why should I have to take a DNA test?
Right.
The law has already said that I am the child of this person.
Right.
And again, there's a public policy argument. Are we now creating another situation that rests more harm on this family than good? But I think, again, on balance, I think that's a defensible provision of a will. I would imagine.
Because I know some people put in their wills that you must have completed at least 2 years of college
Yeah,
to receive.
You can. It's your property, so
Right.
you can kind of determine
Right.
what the terms are for somebody else to be able to have it.
Right.
Right.
Right. That's what I'm asking, because it's kind of like, when we found out, we had missed out on, me, my brother and sister, we had missed out on thousands of dollars from the pecan harvest that they have to harvest the pecans and the sugar cane, but they still harvest it. So yeah, and land.
Going to online, Miss Cheryl Owings, Nebadon said education.
Sure, she's in Kalamazoo. That's a good friend. Good friend of
Education
ours.
on
Yep.
all these topics is needed for our people, by our people. Tanine Jackson question is, I'll pop this up. Why aren't mothers held to the same standards as fathers when they are required to pay child support?
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that premise that they aren't. If you have an order to pay child support, then you have to pay the child support. If you fail to pay it, you'll be brought before the court on show cause hearing. And if you don't have a good reason for it, you'll be found in contempt. And if your contempt is serious enough, you could be jailed. And if it's serious enough than that, you could be charged with a felony by the Attorney General's office for your failure to comply with child support.
So I think,
and that goes both ways.
I think she meant held. So, and you answered it right. So, women are going to jail for child support? Women are getting arrested?
Absolutely.
Can't get a passport?
Absolutely. Lose their license. All of those things.
Really?
Certainly. There's nothing in the law that keeps this just a burden, if you will, to fathers. The payer of support is the payer of support, whether they're male or female. And accordingly, the law applies to that payer of support regarding their responsibility to pay.
What percentage of cases that you deal with the female paying?
Probably, if I'm just guessing off the top of my head, Paul, 20%.
20%.
Maybe
One out of
much?
5.
That much?
Yeah.
1 out of 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Men
we don't hear about that.
Men are getting custody of their children. In joint custody situations, men who are making less money than their ex-wife or the mother of their child it's a small amount, but they get that small amount that's paid in support.
Wow. Miss Cheryl Owens Nebadon says, I'm in both cities, Judge. She's living a good life.
Okay. Yeah.
And she says she has a female cousin that pays child support.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it when I had custody of 2 daughters and one of the mothers. I didn't pursue it. It was something that the court did because I was not driving way down to Monroe County to get $50 a week.
Right. But she was ordered to pay.
She was ordered. Yeah. She
because
was ordered.
You had custody.
I had custody, and I didn't
it.
challenge
How many years ago was that? That's more than 20.
Yeah, that's 25, 20. That probably happened about 25 years ago.
See, the misinformation in our communities is what does us a disservice. There's still this idea that child support is all about being all over a father or man's head, and women get away with murder. And it's not what the law calls for. It's how people deal with it that creates what is the perception and quite often the reality that women are getting away with something that men don't get away with.
And I can say in my case, Judge, I never filed a complaint.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't looking for no child support. It was my daughter. I was a sole provider. They did everything. I never showed up for a case. I never showed up.
Never pushed the envelope.
Never signed a document. They started sending arrear checks. I took it. Yeah, she benefited from it. Say,
if they took the steps, you took what they were able to get from her. But he never made it the issue.
Oh, no.
And that's what I'm saying about the misinformation out there. Nobody's precluded from seeking child support. If you have custody of a child, the other parent has the legal responsibility to pay support for that child. If y'all can't work it out amongst yourselves and stay out of the court, then you've got the right to go to court, male or female, and say that I have the primary custody of this child. I need the child support assistance. It is for the benefit of this child. It's not for the benefit of the parents.
Wow. Cheryl Owens Nebadon said, yes, Judge, listen to the word of the street versus fact.
Yes, there you go.
Judge dropping facts over here.
This barbershop talk that man can't. Man, they're killing me, man. If you got that child full time, get up, go down to the court, make sure that the custody is reflected in the court file that you all are practicing, and then stand on your right if you choose to be paid the support that goes to the primary custodian of the child.
You ever deal with lawsuits, or you just deal with family issues?
No, I'm not doing any of the civil lawsuit work.
You're not gonna mess with that one.
No,
Too
that's
much.
my hands are full, brother.
It's a lot going on in family court.
He said, "I'm not dealing with
by
it."
far, that is the busiest rotation of any judge is on. Civil, I mean, it's a lot of work going on in every court,
Right.
but the volume of cases and people in and out, that's family court all day long.
Wow.
Judge, I'm hearing about prosecutors and different attorneys using AI now to file cases. Are you using AI to do your judgments, Judge?
I have not crossed.
Because I know they got subscriptions out here, legal subscriptions, and
look,
they will help you write your brief.
There are orders. There are programs. There are programs. We took I got a training on this summer. There are programs that you can put into your court computer as the case is being argued. That program is already writing your opinion.
No.
And I don't mean it's taking it and then you hit a button and then it's sitting there as the case is going on. Wow. And it is you can tap a button and it'll show you what it's telling you're going to write about what you just heard.
No.
Yes.
Are they using it in Muskegon?
There are judges who use it.
Woo.
I don't.
Woo! The AI judge. I'm glad you're not there, sir.
No, man. It's not trustworthy enough to me, man.
The AI judge.
The AI judge.
Are there any judges' seat open coming up?
Well, there, every 2 years, I think there's always
it's going to be
a seat that is up for contest, whether it's held by somebody who's going to be an incumbent and run again, right, or whether it's open. I don't know of any seats that are going to be considered open.
No, nobody's retiring. Nobody's retiring.
Not that I'm aware. I have not heard any announcement that anybody is not coming back who is eligible for election in 26 who is leaving.
Okay.
Nope. I think everybody who's up for 26 is going to run for 26.
Wow. You mentioned before we came on air that you got a friendly notice from Trump's people about funding.
Yeah, we received some notice. I don't want to get too far out front on this just yet, but yeah, our court is being affected by some of what very honestly, I'm not here to criticize, but I think are some rash determinations about funding that are taking place at the federal level. I'll leave it at that for right now.
What do you think about Doge? Did you support Doge?
The Department of Government Efficiency?
Yeah.
I'm troubled as a legal professional, as a lawyer, about the level of information, the sensitivity of information that was allowed to be accessed without what I would consider to be reasonable and appropriate oversight as to that access. I don't think Congress was in a position, was given the position that or didn't take the position, let me say it differently, that it should regarding its job, its constitutional responsibility for oversight of the executive branch. Executive Doge was part of the executive branch. It was created. A person was put in there. I don't know if he was even vetted. I don't know if he was even confirmed.
He wasn't confirmed. It's like a temporary employee.
Yeah. Well, that's what the advise and consent power that has been developed over time by the constitutional decisions that have been made is about for Congress. You shouldn't have a job at that level with that kind of sensitivity without having to go through a vetting process that concludes with a vote by Congress that you are or are not qualified and appropriate to be responsible for this kind of information.
Did you see the?
That troubles me to no end. Where is this information now? Who have you shared this information with? What are they intending to do with it somewhere down the road when we stop thinking about Doge and anything else?
The reason why I asked, I don't know if you saw the post that Elon Musk shared about 6 days ago about white solidarity, and I'm not against that. But he mentioned it was a post in which somebody was sharing their fear when white people become the minority, that the majority is going to try to hurt and kill them and put all the pain onto them, try to get revenge. He retweeted that. And that's why we need to have white solidarity. And I'm thinking this is the same person who was in charge of Doge that affected so many black females. So many black females.
Man, I mean, what a purge from the federal government and the work that was being done. I don't have any argument that every organization, from the federal government right on down to your local church, needs to take a look at itself and determine whether there's bloat, whether there's budgets that are out of line that need to be re-examined so that we're being efficient,
right,
and that we're being cost effective in the service delivery that we have. But man, these folks didn't take a surgical scalpel. They took just an axe and just started chopping. And we live from day to day, but the effects of what is going to come out of that is going to continue to come at us over time. And we're going to feel, I think, the reduction in people who are able to work in this federal government, and it's going to affect all of us. And it's going to have a negative effect in service delivery, in protections for people, in the basic way that we've lived in this country has been absolutely blown up.
They got to do the station ID, WBSLP 1037 Muskegon Heights. Extended conversation with the Honorable Judge Pittman here in the studio.
Yes, sir.
It's a wealth of knowledge. We're blessed to have you, and I'm glad you're not running this year. I was praying for you because that was
Thank you,
stressful.
Jesus.
Yeah. We got some birthdays. Angie Mack, happy birthday. Let's see, Douglas Carter on the birthday list. Jackie Good on the birthday list. Janita Lane on the birthday list. Derek Bolton on the birthday list. Judge, before we
Happy
go,
birthday.
Before we go, anything you want to say? Any other subject you want to talk about? We got a couple minutes. You want?
No.
Who you got for the Super Bowl?
Oh man, who am I rolling? Well, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. My heart is broken that Mike Tomlin stepped down, and I'm rooting for Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator at Minnesota, to get that job.
Yeah, he interviewed.
That brother is serious, man, and he got jacked at Miami when he was head coach, and he deserves another chance. So Super Bowl.
Yeah, what do you think going all the way?
Man,
I got Texans and Seattle going all the way.
You got the Texans and Seattle.
Yeah, I said it last week before they even.
Yeah, he showed called
man,
me.
that Texans defense is
a monster,
a dog, and when C.J. Stroud is on his game, he was a little off.
Yeah, like
Saturday.
He watching the FanDuel or something like that.
But when he's on his game, that's a good offense.
Yeah,
that's not a bad call.
Yeah,
that's not a bad call. I think you got to watch out for Buffalo, though.
Okay, yeah.
I think you got to watch out for Buffalo in the AFC. In the NFC, I think Seattle is a good pick. I think if the Rams get back on track, and Matt Stafford doesn't turn into Matthew Stafford from the Lions,
right.
I'm picking the Rams. And I'm picking the Rams and Buffalo.
Okay. That's another good matchup. Let's see. There you go. Rob, what you got before we go?
Texans and Seattle.
Come on, man. You don't follow.
Better watch the burst.
No, Bradford. Big up to Anthony Bradford. I want to see him go to the Super Bowl.
I want to see him there so bad. I can taste it, man.
Yeah.
I want that young brother to have that chance.
That'll be two people from Muskegon with a ring. You got Mr. Glover with a ring from Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And AB get his. So, all right, Mr. Carter, thank you for watching and listening in Kansas City, Missouri.
Wow.
Thank you, Mother Bertha Carter. Must be down there visiting her beautiful baby.
Okay.
All right, Muskegon, gotta go. We are done for today. This was an extended edition. Rob, you got any shout outs before we go?
Yeah, I want to shout out my son who will be graduating hopefully this May with his bachelor's of criminal justice. He got a thing today that he's an ambassador for the Black Student Alliance over at Grand Valley. I'm so proud of that young man, and I can't wait.
What's his name?
Well, his birth name is Roland.
Okay.
We call him humbly Buddha.
Buddha.
Yeah.
The streets call him Big Row.
Big Row.
Big Row.
Big Row can dance too.
Yeah, and he loved trying to clown for his Uncle Paul. He really does.
They came down to Orlando.
Okay.
Big Rob, Pee Wee, Romeo came down, and Big Row came down just to see
Big Row.
They came down, and it was a big help. Man.
Dancing and
Row need to be the bros. Do we need
you know, they coming at him. They are.
Ain't nobody looking for. We don't go looking for nobody.
They coming at him. I don't know why. He said, "Dad, you think I should join a fraternity?" I'm like, I don't have the money to help you. They cost.
Cheryl said, "Lord, please, before I leave this earth, the Lions.
They better get that defensive line.
You better hurry up."
Won't be this year, Cheryl. Definitely won't be this year.
Think, they had it 2 years ago when they was up on who was they up on? San Francisco. And your boy didn't go for the field goal.
He ain't got nobody playing.
Why he my boy? Why he my boy?
I don't know. I know it's not your boy. I just had to say
he kicks that field goal, they go to the Super Bowl.
He kicks the field goal.
That's bottom line.
Change the game.
That's bottom line. You're
And
winning.
They probably will win this.
You're winning. You got momentum on your side. This is a championship game. This isn't you playing Tampa Bay or whoever.
Yeah.
You got to button it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And play big boy football.
Right.
And
step away from the roulette table.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, nah, man.
Not the roulette table. The roulette table.
Roulette table.
Just gambling away.
Funny.
Mother Carter say, "I'm selling my home and everything." Oh, wow.
Moving.
And they're moving.
All right.
Shout out to the elders. I've been hearing about the elders moving to where it's warmer at.
Yeah.
And you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it, Miss Carter. Okay, we got to go. DJ Q89 is coming up next. DJ. Judge, we'll see you in March when I come back.
Come on. I'll be here, man. I thank y'all for the opportunity.
You got time for us?
All right, Muskegon, peace and blessings.